Welcome to TJ's podcast.
Hey. All right. Fun. Fin. You too young to know what fin is, Regan?
Fin?
Yeah, fin.
I feel like I've heard that. What does that mean?
It was a diet pill, diet drug.
Oh, fin.
Fin.
Oh, yeah. Fin.
Are you excited about the Joey Chestnut Kobayashi or whatever his name is on Netflix Live going head to head again?
Am I excited for it? No.
But you do get excited for the hot dog eating contest on the 4th of July.
It's something to watch on television that day in the afternoon before the real fun starts. So, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna check it out. It's like a pop culture thing. I'm kind of into that stuff. So,
I didn't know
watch it.
Netflix did live events like that.
Well, that's what they're trying with these NFL games on Christmas. They've got 2.
Really?
They picked up the first year that they're going to be doing NFL games on Christmas, and I forget which games they are, but they also do the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight later this year. Mm-hmm. So they're trying to get into live events. That Tom Brady roast is the biggest one they've had.
Oh, that's right. That was live, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. I still haven't watched that. I don't like them. I don't like the roasts.
Yeah, you're not into the roast.
But I just wonder if this is going to have the same type of, feel as the Nathan's hot dog eating contest on the 4th of July. I don't know. It's not like a boxing match or anything like that where you got 2 big boxers, but I could see where, from a pop culture standpoint that it would be good.
The challenge that they'll have is that when you have a live event and you try to stretch it out too long, like Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve is now 6 hours. And it's like, okay, well, is it a programming worth 6 hours or is it a good 2 hours? So hopefully they don't stretch it out because really you're going to watch 2 guys eat hot dogs really fast. That needs to be like a 30-minute show.
But, even with the Nathan's hot dog eating contest and all, it's too long. It's too much pre-show and all of that.
And now they get so into doing the bios of the people. It's like, come on.
Do they do? I haven't seen it in a long time, the whole thing. I watched the clips on the internets, but do they do like little behind the scenes stories on each competitor and all that while they go to their hometown or they watch them train, things of that nature?
Absolutely. And they're always kind of goofy because it's kind of like that tongue-in-cheek thing. Mm-hmm. But then you sit through the women's one and they do the same thing for the men and the women. So you're learning a lot about these people when in reality you just want to see them like slam some hot dogs because it's kind of like this oddity.
I didn't know there were separate categories.
Yeah. They do a women's tournament and then the men's right after.
Is that new?
They've done it for a couple years.
Okay. But the last time I watched it, the Black Widow was still in there going against Kobayashi and Chestnut.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She's a beast.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know and she's slight, like this little woman.
I think she's from Jacksonville.
Is she?
Mm-hmm. What's her name? Sonia,
the Black Widow, something. You're right.
I don't know why I think she's from Jacksonville. And didn't she used to work at Burger King or something?
Oh, I don't know. But it is disgusting. I mean, it is an oddity, but, they're putting these hot dogs with the buns in the water, and that soggy bread is just falling apart. I mean, it's gross. But I also look at it as like, this is part of our tradition. This is how we celebrate 4th of July.
It's wholesome.
Yeah, it's wholesome and goofy and fun. And
how many hot dogs could you eat, Rick? Not even on a time limit, but just sit down in one sitting. How many could you eat and just be completely where I can't take another bite?
I would say between 5 and 10. I could probably get closer to 10 than 5.
You think?
Yeah. If I'm really hungry, I'll put down 3 hot dogs with all the toppings, like, easy.
All the toppings, like, because, your family's from Chicago, so you put a bunch of stuff on it?
Yeah.
Onions and peppers and the whole deal.
Pickle, relish, celery salt. Yeah.
Ugh. I'm just a bun and a little bit of mustard.
I like that too. I like hot dogs, but absolutely just a hot dog with that soft steamed bun, like at the ballpark, mustard on it.
Yeah, I think I may be able to eat a half of one. because I'm dainty.
You're slight. You're about to blow away at any minute. Well, I don't know. You've got eyes bigger than your stomach a lot, I think, because you always say like I can eat 12 Krispy Kremes, and I'm like, there's no way.
I could, and I could eat maybe 2 boxes of ice cream sandwiches at one time. 'Cause there are only 6 in a box, right?
Yeah,
I could probably eat a dozen ice cream sandwiches.
A dozen? Mm-hmm. That thick chocolate cookie?
Yeah.
There's no way.
Mm-hmm. But the regular, like the cheap ones that are just regular size. I don't like that jumbo size. It's too much ice cream.
Fat Boys or whatever.
Yeah, I don't like all that.
Do you think you could? Rob was telling us it's roast beef week at Arby's.
Mm-hmm.
It's 5 roast beef sandwiches for $5, which is a great deal. Do you think you could put down 5 regular roast beef? Oh,
no,
you couldn't?
No. Maybe 2.
Oh,
and that'd be stretching it.
I'd say it's the size of a double cheeseburger from McDonald's.
Yeah, I don't think I could eat more than 2 of those.
Really?
Oh. There are just certain things that I think I could do that with. Krispy Kremes, ice cream sandwiches, thin crust pizza. I could eat an entire, like a 16-inch.
Large.
Yeah, maybe not even have to be thin crust, just a pizza that I like.
Yeah.
What?
I just heard Rob burp because he was eating pizza. I just walked in there a minute ago. He was going for round 2 of the pizza this morning.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's okay. It sounded really good. He got like a hamburger pizza or something.
Maybe I should do that in my truck. Eat a dozen donuts.
I would watch that content.
But I don't know how to edit it.
You don't have to edit it. It's going to be live. Just turn the camera on.
But I mean, how long would it would take a long time to eat 12 donuts? I mean, I'd have to, because they always do that. They'll cut and they're trying to get it in a minute and a half or whatever it is.
You can edit all the breathing, the heavy breathing out in between it. But a lot of those people that eat a lot of food in their car, they really only show you like the first bite. Mm-hmm. So there's a conspiracy with those people that are like, are they spitting that stuff out? Because all you see them is go, all right, cheeseburger number 1. All right, cheeseburger number 2. It's like, well, a lot of people believe that.
And this is something else I was going to ask you about that, Rick. When these people are eating in their car and it's supposed to look like they're just in the parking lot of the restaurant or wherever they are, they go through the drive-through and then they just pull over. And I've noticed, and it may just be the way the camera is, but it seems like that most of them that are eating in their car are on the passenger side.
Yeah, some of them do that.
Because there's probably more room over there to move around in them. So they pull over, get out of the car, go get into the passenger seat, when they could easily just walk in the house.
They could easily walk in the house, but that way you get kind of silence. And there's also, they're probably putting their food on trays, and they make like these mukbanger trays.
I know, I've seen those.
Work in your car, so if your steering wheel is in the way, it doesn't work that well. So if you get over in the driver's side, it kind of sits in your lap. You have more space for your camera. But the setup some of these people have, like you've got to have the tripod on your dashboard with the full-fledged camera up there, and then your tray and all the food, and the food has to be stacked for the camera purposes. I mean, it's a production to get it to look the way it does.
And they just have to have the time to put into it, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There was one guy, he's kind of thin, but he's in shape, and he eats these enormous amounts of food. And he gave you a behind the scenes of how he does these videos. And he was like, all right, I got to go to the gym. Like, he hits the gym hard. Cardio, strength training, all that stuff. And then goes to the restaurant, has to get it home because he films at his home office, has to reheat some of the things so that it looks visually appealing.
Yeah.
He's now made a ride in the car, but you want to see that cheese dripping, so he's reheating things. And there's nuggets and mozzarella sticks and 2 burgers and a soda and
then going back out to his car with all of it.
And sometimes going back out to the car or just filming in his office. I mean, it's a major deal.
You know that one that I sent you the other day that was the funny, I mean, just huge black guy that is in he wears dresses and stuff. And he's like he's in drag.
Yeah.
I watched a video of his the other day where he was eating gumbo in the car and just spilling it all over himself, all over the car, because it was nobody eats gumbo in the car. I don't care what the deal is. You don't eat gumbo in the car.
It's like that video from a few years ago where that kid was trying to
go
to the friend's house with the huge Tupperware of gumbo and there's no lid on it.
It was just a pot that didn't have a lid.
It was a pot, hot steaming gumbo. That's a good idea.
And he calls his mom and go, "Mama, it ain't got no top on it. I'm about to pour it out." And then she's yelling, "You better not pour it out, gumbo." He's taking it to her.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Getting all over him. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have the kind of time. If I had a person that was hired to do that sort of thing, I could do a lot of funny ones. But
yeah, these people are like one person production dynamos.
Yeah.
But if you just wanted to go live one day, that would be the way to do it. And you wanted to show them, like, can I eat 12 donuts? Just go live on Instagram. That's a live worth doing.
And do it in my truck?
Yeah.
Or do
wherever.
it anywhere?
Wherever. Some people stick to the car. Like, that's their place.
Yeah.
But I think it's more of an immediacy issue. If you get food, you got to really kind of eat it right then. Fast food doesn't sit around too well.
Right.
So.
But then again, I mean, if you're watching them and you know that they've already gone home and then they've gotten into the passenger seat and they got the camera set up and all that.
Silly.
But it depends. I mean, it creeps me out. It's cringy for me to watch them eating something so messy in the car that's dripping everywhere and stuff. And I'm not a neat freak or like that, but I can't stand that. And I don't like watching when they're eating something like those, tacos used to be just fine dry.
Oh, yeah.
Instead you just start dipping it in that, whatever that sauce is called, and it's spilling out everywhere and all down your hands and wrists, and you're eating it. It's just that doesn't look appetizing to me.
And if you look at all the fast food restaurants that are serving that exact dish now, you see like the influence that social media has on them, because Taco Bell has those.
Yeah.
The birria tacos with the juice, and they're dunking them, or they call them Dunkin' tacos or whatever they call them. So they're watching that stuff, and they see what works.
Yeah.
But yeah, like up to their knuckles,
Ugh.
I know.
And some people do that with ranch and I was like, you get some manners. Damn. People like the wrong things.
Maybe.
Because I know young people like watching them do that.
Yeah.
Getting it everywhere and all. Like I was, messing around the other day, kind of being silly, when I made that Omaha Steaks burger, and I had that cheese going everywhere and the salsa and the all of that stuff. As soon as I stopped the video, because it was messy, as soon as the video stopped, I went back. I had to wash my hands, get the stuff off my face, and I cut it in half to eat the rest of it. So it was a little bit easier to eat.
Yeah.
It wasn't so sloppy.
You rushed over to the sink. I thought, let him cook.
All right. So what are you sick of people trying to convince you is great? We have a list, and again, I think the people who do these lists for the internet are listeners to our show, because it's stuff we've talked about for a long time. Yeah. So we'll get into that coming up next.
TJ's Podcast.
We're here with Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies. And Richard, not just mortgages, not just home sales. Now you're helping people with home improvements.
Yeah, that's right. So if you want a backyard that you've always dreamed of, or you need siding, windows, whatever you need, give us a call. Check it out.
You've got the money in your home. Richard just helps you find it. Finds the best way for you to do it. It's very simple. All you have to do is start by going to homewithrichard.com. It's homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
They say there are only two things certain in life: sweet deals at Sweet Dreams and taxes.
And only one of those is certain this month.
Which one?
The sweet deals at Sweet Dreams.
What about the taxes?
No sales tax the entire month of April at Sweet Dreams.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And don't call me Shirley.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and pay no sales tax during the month of April. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Back to TJ's Podcast.
Okay, so you still got time, but I'm thinking you don't have much time
No, you don't have a lot of time.
to get that Father's Day gift ordered for your dad from omahasteaks.com. You're gonna have to put yourself in gear and get it done. It's amazing what all you get with these gift packages and stuff. The hand selected gift packages from Omaha Steaks, with all of the delicious things they have, steaks and chicken and the gourmet hot dogs and burgers and all that you hear us talking about all the time. These gift packages starting at $89, and then when you use the promo code ACETJ at checkout. So you go order it. It shows up right there on the doorstep. So easy, so fresh and delicious and juicy. Because Omaha Steaks, I mean, let's face it, they're probably the best cuts and all that you're going to get, in my opinion, especially for the price. Because I look at these sorts of things. I mean, I'm always looking at the quality of foods and how much they cost and all of that, and I haven't found anything better than what Omaha Steaks has. Nowhere close. So omahasteaks.com, and use AceTJ at checkout to get that special price of $89 for the Father's Day gift package. And then if you are a member of AceTJ Prime and you play the rewards, we're giving away tomorrow an Omaha Steaks Father's Day gift package, and it has, and this is just like an everyday thing with Omaha Steaks, this kind of stuff they're putting together. 2 butcher's cut filet mignon, 2 butcher's cut top sirloin, 4 air chilled boneless chicken breasts, 4 caramel apple tartlets. So you see they even have desserts. 4 pure ground filet mignon burgers, 4 gourmet jumbo franks. Those are hot dogs, if you don't know. Weenies. They don't. They're way more than weenies.
Yeah.
1 gourmet steakhouse package of fries. It's 1.5 pounds of fries. 1 Omaha Steaks seasoning container, which is perfect for all these steaks and burgers and stuff. And then in addition to the filet mignon burgers, 4 Omaha Steaks regular burgers, which are better than most burgers you're going to find anywhere on their own. But then when you put the filet mignon burgers,
I'm dying to try that. That sounds crazy.
And with the filet burgers, you got to put bacon on that, I'm sure, because it's like the filet wrapped in bacon. You got to put a bacon on.
Yeah, I don't even know that I would use a condiment on that.
Probably not. Maybe just a little bit of mayonnaise or something for me.
God. Crazy.
Might even make one of those fancy burger sauces.
Mayonnaise, ketchup.
A little mustard, dill pickles. All right. There's a thing on Ask Reddit. That's not regular Reddit. That's Ask Reddit. This is, what are you sick of people trying to convince you is great? Somebody said AI.
Yeah.
Tired of that. Cruises.
I get that one. Yeah.
Dancing. They said it isn't about letting loose or getting out of your shell. Some people just don't feel music that way.
It's understandable. I get that.
Or they look at it like, hey, I'm not a good dancer, and I'm not going to come out here and make myself look foolish.
Yeah.
So back off.
Right. There's nothing more nerve-wracking than when someone's trying to pull you out on the dance floor and you don't feel like dancing for whatever reason.
Oh, I hate that.
That immediate, like, oh, no, I can't do that. Mm-hmm. And I get that feeling.
Yeah. Then some people will be like, okay, I'll go because I don't want them, to feel embarrassed that I didn't go because they're trying.
Right.
But that doesn't affect me. I'll go sit back. I'll pull away from them and go, no, I'm good.
No, thanks.
I'm good. But is is that person who won't take no for an answer about dancing, is that more annoying than overly aggressive shot person?
Ooh, that's a good one, because that is an annoying person, overly aggressive shot person. I think that's the worst.
Shot person?
Yeah.
Okay, shot person or person that is blocking you from leaving a situation. Like if you're at a party or something, you get to leave. No, don't go. One more thing. Let's have one more drink. No, you can't go. You can't go. You can't go.
Making a big scene out of it, and you're like, when you just tried to get out undetected. To me, that's even worse than the shot person. That's the worst.
There's a trick to getting out of doing shots. Like sometimes I went through a phase with a group of guys that I was friends with at the time, where we always did shots.
Yeah,
and I would end up acting like a baboon's ass by the end of the night, and I didn't, I wanted to not do that anymore. So I got a trick, where if they started talking about shots and all, because generally I was holding a beer when somebody says, "Hey, let's take a shot."
Yeah.
And it's only with people who won't take no for an answer. Like, some of my friends will. Like, no, not me. Okay, who you want?
Yeah.
So I'd have my beer, and I would drink it. It was well below half, and then I would do the shot. Everybody's in a big group. Do the shot. Act like like I had swallowed it and I was doing a beer chaser. But I put the beer to my mouth and spit the shot down into the beer.
Oh, that's interesting.
And then, I would order another beer because that one's burnt.
That's a good idea. So, yeah, you get the beer so far down that you get it. Okay, yeah, that's good. Mm-hmm. That's good. What kind of shots were they doing a lot of? Was there one specific? Tequila shot. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just like hammering tequila shots. Like, is it going to be one of those kind of nights, or are we going to, get crazy, or are we just going to try to have a little bit of fun, maybe take a shot, not 5 shots?
But these friends were like
hardcore,
rough and tumble, like Marines and stuff. So they burn it down, man. They burn it down.
Those are the jarheads.
Yeah.
They go, I'm a jarhead.
Okay, so let's see. Those are annoying. Marijuana is on the list.
Yeah.
Things that people are sick of trying to convince you is great. Marijuana. It affects some people negatively with anxiety and paranoia. And they're tired of hearing about how this strain will totally not do that.
That's true. What did they used to say? Like when you buy cheap weed, they'd be like, you know what? It's middies, but it smokes like headies. You're like, shut up. Like it's not that good of weed, but I promise you, it's going to smoke like really good.
So then, wouldn't it be good weed?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, and you're trying to sell me at like the higher price, even though it's not as good weed. I'm like, there's seeds in that. You can't tell me that's, you run into those kind of people a lot.
But that's one that I've been for a long time now. Say, okay, we get it. You smoke weed, you eat weed, you do that. Stop trying to push it on everybody else. Stop trying to change everything. We had a promo of me saying that when and Alexis was arguing with me and stuff. So they got that from us.
Yeah.
Hot yoga is on the list.
Good luck trying to convince me of that.
Right, that's good.
Stankin' butts.
And I've been saying this one too. Ice baths.
Yeah. They're everywhere. There's even new apartments getting built in Charlotte, and that's one of the features. We have in-house ice baths.
No way.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
Or cold plunge is what they called it, I think.
Yeah. I think that is going to be one of those things that gets outed later on as just being a fad, and that it's not really that good for you and all of that stuff.
It's been wildly exaggerated, the benefits of doing the cold plunge. Probably.
Another thing that people are sick of other people trying to convince them is great is kombucha.
Yeah.
Let's see. Stanley mugs.
Yeah.
Running.
Well, I disagree. I think running is probably pretty beneficial.
Joan Rivers used to have a line. She said, "The first time I see a jogger smiling, I'll consider it."
Hey, good point. No one looks like they're having a great time while they're running.
And then the last one is starting a business. Some people are not meant to be business owners, and they don't mind a boring, stable gig working for the man.
That is true. Not everybody can start a business.
Yeah. I have found out that I'm not so great at it. I like working for the man.
And that's okay too.
But if the man's rules were exactly the way I want them to be.
Right. If you didn't have to answer to the man,
Yeah.
but while working for him, I get that. But I still think shot person is the worst, or the person that won't let you leave the party. Those are the worst.
What if it's, the person that won't let you leave the party because you got to do 2 more shots?
2 more shots before you leave. There's people like that too.
Yeah. Come
They
on,
don't
man.
care what you have to do.
And they try to, they'll try to guilt you like you're not a good friend if you don't do a shot with them. It's like, man, when's the last time we got to drink together?
Yeah.
How long has it been? 2 weeks?
That you're a bad person.
Yeah, I mean, you're not even a good friend. You gonna leave me hanging like you're not gonna do a shot with me? How long has it been since we've seen each other? We haven't been out drunk in a long time.
And then that attitude turns into straight up F you.
Yeah.
Like that angry, mean kind of thing.
On your part or the shot person's
On
part?
the shots person. You say, like, no, I'm really good. I promise. All right, screw you. It's like, whoa.
Come on, man. Just do a shot with me. For me. With me.
Yeah. Like it
It's
means
me.
something to them.
Yeah.
It's like missing their grandma's funeral or something. So stupid.
Yeah, one last time, man. Come on. You know I'm gonna be dead tomorrow.
You're not going to do a shot of Fireball with me before you get in your car?
I mean, like we used to, man. Yeah, well, we were 21.
You're right. Chill out.
Okay, we got a bunch of stupid celebrity stuff today, and one of the things is really, really stupid. So we'll get to that next.
More of TJ's podcast is coming up.
Our friend Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies, is here, and he has helped us so many times through the years. And when it comes to mortgages, he's going to get you the best deal.
That's right. We are the best deal. And if you're under contract to buy a house, you should check us out. I mean, you're not going to. They never do. but we're the best deal.
But feel free, you should, and because we've used him for years for a variety of different things. Whatever you're needing, go to homewithrichard.com to get the process started, and they can take care of you from there. Homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
Welcome back, world, to TJ's podcast.
One of the stupidest things that I've seen in a while is something that evidently was burning up the media yesterday and the internets. It was, this clip of Taylor Swift talking into a microphone, and she's outside and her nose is running, and then she kind of sticks her tongue out to, I guess, to catch it before it falls up. I mean, it was just her nose was running out of both nostrils like a fountain. And then everybody said, Taylor Swift eat a booger, which I can't even take that conversation. That's
It's so immature. It's so immature. Ugh.
First of all, it wasn't boogers. It was clear snot. Like the kind you would get if your nose starts running while you're crying.
Yeah.
And she did stick her tongue out for a second as it's running down her lips. But I don't know why she would do that.
I don't know either. I mean, she was in the middle of a song in one of these, and she was trying not to stop.
Yeah.
And she does a 3.5 hour show, dancing, playing full instruments, playing guitar, playing the piano, long show. So when she does like costume changes, there's a thing where they film her, and she's blowing her nose. They're putting the outfit on her, getting a guitar on her. It's a lot going on. So she tries to get it all handled in these quick changes, but every once in a while your nose might be running.
And it could have been a little cooler wherever she was. I don't know.
With 60,000 people with their phones out recording you for 3.5 hours, you're going to do something.
Yeah, but I bet now there's going to be a hanky person.
I would want that.
Yeah.
Like, hold on, I got to blow my nose out.
Or just wipe it.
Yeah.
You can wipe your nose in the middle of a song.
Yeah, you're not going to catch me doing that again.
Yeah. So that's big celebrity news going on.
Did Taylor Swift eat a booger? So stupid.
So then this TikTok girl has asked a question that everybody's talking about. It's a hypothetical, and we love doing that.
Sure.
Like we just had a whole discussion: is what's worse, a shot pusher or somebody won't let you leave a party? Yeah. So here is her question.
Gun to your head. You have to decide between reliving the 4 years of your life that you spent in high school or the past 4 years of your life. Which would you choose? The gun.
Trying to be
That's
funny.
not one of the choices.
Not one of the choices, but yeah, people seem to hate high school now.
I know.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, and I didn't love school. I hated school from kindergarten all the way through. I hated it. But I mean, high school for me wasn't torture. Like I didn't get up every day and go, I hate these people and I hate what it stands for and all that. My kids didn't like. I mean, they weren't popular in high school or anything like that. They didn't have school spirit.
No one does.
None of that.
It's just it's like a change in the times.
But I thought that maybe my kids would like that because we live in a much bigger city than I grew up in. So we only had one high school in my town, and so nothing else really to do. So there's always, homecoming parade and football and baseball and things centered around school activities and stuff. But did you hate high school?
No, I enjoyed it. But yeah, would I want to go and do it again? Not really. I like you, I didn't enjoy being in the classes and stuff, but I got to meet fun people and going to prom and homecoming and the football games. Yeah, it was. I look back on it fondly.
Well, and my son though, he got screwed out of 2 years of high school because of COVID.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Especially when the rest of the country is just now getting caught up to what we smart people knew all the way along, that it was just a bunch of crap, that those kids didn't need to be locked down at home and not going to school and all of that. But it's hard sometimes being the smart one in the minority. But I would say that I would rather relive the last 4 years of my life than go back to high school years.
I don't know that I would. I think I'd rather go back to high school because the last 4 years was, start of COVID, then 2 years of that crap, and I don't know.
Yeah.
That was not a glowing time in my life.
But again, I look at it from a different perspective, even though it wasn't a good time for, the country. I would always rather choose to repeat years where I had my wife and kids.
Yeah.
And if you're single and you don't, because if you went back to high school years for 4 years, then you'd still have your family.
Yeah.
Same family and all of that. You wouldn't have me.
That's true.
Oh my God.
That's true.
Can you imagine going 4 years without me now, Rico?
No. Can't.
Oh. Whew.
I couldn't do it.
That gave me palpitations. And then this guy is funny because This is one of those observational things that I like so much. He's just in his car, pondering.
How many times a day do you think beer delivery drivers that drop off like cases of beer to gas stations and drive those big 18-wheelers with, Miller Lite logos all over the side, how many times a day do they have some guy come up to them in a gas station parking lot and say, hey, yeah, you can just load that up in my truck? Because I do it every single time.
They get sick of hearing that.
Oh my gosh. I do that too. I fall for all that stupid stuff. I like to think that I'm so smart, but I'm really not. I do all that kind of stupid bittage throughout the day.
Yeah. So you got to figure the beer guy reacts to that about the way we do when somebody says you got a face for radio.
Yes, that's their version of face for radio. Good point.
Or, I always call them where's mine people.
Yeah.
The example being if you walk up to somebody and you're eating an ice cream cone, they look at you, where's mine?
Right. Just to talk to be talking. Because none of those things are ever solicited. They're people just minding their own business, and then you got to jump into their life.
But that one is to put them, kind of on defense immediately, like you should have brought me one. What's your problem?
Right.
Where's mine?
Yeah, exactly.
And you got to go, I always say the same thing. It's at the store where I got this one.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. Or if you're washing your car and your buddy comes up, they're always going to say, it's mine next.
Yeah, right. Or when you're leaving, like, don't work too hard now. At the office, I do that.
It's along the lines of working hard or hardly working.
Exactly.
My son was telling me that he works at my little friend Jenny's gym, and he was telling me one of those that people always say that when they're trying to make a joke at him or something about what he does up there. I can't remember what it was, but it was along the same lines. You just going to load that into my truck?
Does he like working over there?
Oh yeah,
he does.
Yeah. I think he's one of the senior employees. He's
been doing that for a minute.
Yeah, since he was 15, I think.
That's crazy.
And he's 21.
That's the gym little friend Jenny owns?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she thinks that he's going to take over as the general manager one day.
That would be sick.
Yeah. But I don't think he is.
Why do you say that?
I don't picture him being able to boss somebody.
That's interesting. But being a good boss doesn't mean that you have to be good at
ordering people around.
Well, yeah. You could be a benevolent
and I think he wants to maybe move to Nashville, not live with his sister, but they're with her.
I think that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
It's happening. It's fun. He's got a sibling there. That would be sick.
So what little friend Jenny should do is open a gym in Nashville.
Great idea.
And give both of my kids a career.
Great idea. Jenny, work on that.
Because I know that's why she's in business. To give my kids a career.
To help give your kids a career.
A career. And Miley Cyrus is, Riggins, you said that she's calmed down a lot?
Yeah. I mean, if you look at the turmoil that's in her life right now with her family members, mom is married to daughter's ex-boyfriend.
Mm.
Daughter was dating this guy 30 years apart or whatever. The mother marries the daughter's boyfriend. Now, Billy Ray annuls his marriage to Fire Rose after 7 months, his third marriage, I think. And the mom and the other sister are doing some sort of marijuana business, and they got a podcast all about weed.
Wait, how many sisters? Is it just her and Noah or whatever her name is?
There's an older sister.
Oh, really?
Brandy, I think is her name.
Okay.
And then the brother, at least one brother, maybe two. And then, and now they got a weed podcast. And then Miley, we knew Miley when she started to go, everybody was calling her crazy because she was sticking her tongue out and acting nutty. Now she's got long hair. She's, hanging out at her house. She's sober. And she, in this new story, she goes, I don't have any celebrity friends. I'm not really interested in it.
Wow. Is she with someone, a domestic partner?
She's got a boyfriend. They've been together for a long time. He's kind of a rock star guy, but she's seemingly like the voice of reason. Yeah. She was at the Grammys and she did her song Flowers, and she won her first Grammy that night. And, she's just, growing up and living her life.
Our little Miley Stewart.
Yeah, but people were harsh on her when she came back out with that Bangers and sticking her tongue out, and she was doing some crazy things.
Yeah.
But man,
was that when she and Robin Thicke did that thing on stage and
shaking her butt all over him? She's got those like buns in her hair and wearing crazy outfits.
Is her voice still really deep?
Real deep.
I always thought that was from drinking and smoking, because she's always had a raspy voice. But
yeah.
And doesn't Lindsay Lohan have that too?
Yeah, I think that is from smoking.
You know whose voice I love, speaking voice? That main guy that they use for the AI voice. Like when you see these videos and they're describing products or whatever, and they use the AI voice, I guess it's just one of the choices, and I hear it all the time.
Really? I'd have to hear it. I'm sure I'd recognize it.
It's so clear and baritone. So he has to be I don't even know how that works. So it's a real person they would take the real person's voice and say the things that they wanted him to say, right?
Yeah.
So that is a real guy.
Just using AI to put the sentences together.
Okay.
Like the person that did the iOS, the Apple voice. I don't want to say her name. I don't want to set off your phone, but yeah, she recorded tons of lines.
Yeah.
But they just piece them with AI.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Back with that other list that we were going over, the things that you're tired of people trying to convince you are great. Again, I don't want to say it because people get upset if they're, but ALEXA.
Yeah. Yeah. Trash.
I don't see where that's so great. I would never want that. I think
it's better for older people like my parents.
Yeah.
Because they can ask like how old was Suzanne Summers when she died? It's always like the oldest people questions, or play, their songs, and they don't have to get on their phone. So it kind of streamlines their life in a way, and it just makes things easier for them. I think it's more beneficial to older people.
Yeah.
But it's not helpful enough to us to,
No, I've never thought that. I mean, I can turn on the faucet myself.
Exactly.
I mean, how long does that take?
Yeah. When I showed my parents how to connect, I got them a smart Wi-Fi plug, and I said, now you can tell ALEXA to turn on your Christmas tree. That was like, now my dad didn't have to get down on his knees to pull the plug out every night or tap the button that they have, those things. I was like, now you can just tell her to turn on your Christmas. That was crazy to them.
I bet.
So,
see, it'll be the opposite with my parents, because I'm not fooling with that. My mom would not.
Yeah.
Like she'd be afraid, not afraid of it, she'd be intimidated by the technology.
I don't even want it.
Like
I know. Yeah. That's the plight of having aging parents, is like trying to convince them, like, this is going to be better and you're going to love it. And the resistance that they give you, you can't fight it for too long.
Yeah.
Or else you just want to kill them. So, all right, fine. Live with your VCR. I don't care.
And I know that I'm already kind of that way, so I know when I get older, I'm really going to be.
Yeah, we all are.
But if I'm doing it, it's the right thing.
There you go.
Always. All right. Thanks for watching and listening, and for being you out there in podcast land. Which, by the way, that's an actual country. Podcast land. Love you. Bye.
Serving the world. It's TJ's podcast.